Waiting. Oh, OBS is freezing that. Okay, there we go. Hi, Internet.
Hey.
We're back after a month of being lost in other games.
Yay!
We're now back to play D&D on Wednesday nights.
Hello.
Hi again, Internet.
Who is this?
Yeah, all the people that watch this. Anyway,
Yeah, all of them.
yeah.
Hi, Shadow.
Hi, Shadow. Can't wait for you to join us next week.
Hey, Shadow.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so, brief recap of the entirety of what has happened up to this point. Our party of misfits met due to happenstance, seemingly by fate, in the small town of Lyriel. One was to be put to death for their mysterious, untimely appearance. One was a traveling necromancer heading back to her home in the swamp. The other was following an ancient symbol of some sort that they were just kind of compelled to, and the other was a half-orc looking for a remedy for his dying people. This group began adventuring, kind of again by happenstance. They all seemed to be going in the right direction. Within the swamp, they were clued into a seeming necromantic plot to do something with Lafayette, the necromancer's mentors. It was some time before they got any clues on what this was actually about. From there, they proceeded up to the city of Stillborn, where they met their good friend Aurelian, a tiefling shopkeep, who bought their way into the city of Ardor for them, where they were all headed for various reasons. They dealt with a crazy train problem where they almost killed a man in a theater group. Then they went to Ardor, where they met Ren, our rogue's father, and she was forced to confront a specter from her past, her dead sister, now a vampire. From there, they proceeded to the south to find this nation of Alterel to get some answers about what the hell's happening. Along the way, they learned that they are seemingly intrinsically tied up in this bullshit that's happening. Yeah. Along the way, there were some signs of the necromancer doing something or another, and eventually they arrived in the city of Alterel, while also wondering about Wemmix. Those mysterious
we
creatures.
fought some spiders and blew up a tower too.
You did. You fought some spiders and blew up a tower, and then you saw a Wemmick. Yeah.
We saw an actual Wemmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you think you did.
Exist.
You're not sure.
It was definitely a Wemmick.
Yeah. So, you guys headed in the city of Alterel, where you, went searching for answers with the Elder Council of the Elven Nation. You encountered Mist, the wizard's family, who seemingly cursed her, or so to speak, and engaged in glorious combat against them, in which the Lich, one of Lafayette's necromancers, was indeed revealed to be a Lich, and he had been using them to open a portal of some sorts. Despite their attempts, the Elder Council was killed, and a portal into another realm was ripped open, giving chase with their friend Krieg, the half-orc, staying behind to defend his people. They arrived in the interplanar city of Sigil. Having some adventures there, they met a character by the name of Bran, a bard sort, a traveling swashbuckler, just this dashing young gentleman, or so he'd like to think, that joined up with the party and assisted them. They went on some adventures to resurrect Ren's sister, or at least find out what happened to her. They traveled to the Feywild, where they gained a suit of armor that they needed to help complete this ritual, where they then took it back to the soulsmith that they met in Sigil by the name of Dromthin, and he was able to place Finley's soul within the suit of armor. She was now returned to Ren for better or worse. More adventures ensued, in which the party continued to learn about the vagaries of this threat that was coming from the Lich. One thing led to another, and the city of Sigil was under assault by a demonic invasion that was seemingly started by the Lich. The party repelled said invasion by cutting off the main portal that they were pouring through, and then were informed that their home plane was now in danger. Fleeing back to save it, they happened upon more demons invading their homeland, and they summarily kicked their asses after several really cool fights. They defended the original city they landed in, Lyriel. They then headed north with a small military force to defend the city of Stillborn, in which they retrieved a massive gathering of people. Along the way, they learned that the elven city of Silerai had completely fallen. The elven nation of Alterel was in shambles and ruins and seemingly overrun with demons. You guys headed
Pretty
up.
much no one was sad.
Yeah, pretty much no one was sad. It was kind of like they had it coming.
Yeah.
They then headed up to Ardor with the army at their back, looking to end the demonic invasion that seemed focused around the city of Ardor itself. Approaching, they found that the city was indeed under siege, and the Sigillian armies ripped through the planar walls and joined in the combat, using what was essentially a war as cover. The party went into the city of Ardor to find the source of this. Having found the small human resistance led by Ren's father, they were then led to believe that something was happening within the volcano that the city of Ardor was built on. Descending into the volcano, they witnessed the Lich channeling a powerful ritual of some sort, draining the ley lines that crossed beneath Ardor within the volcano, seemingly, to power this ritual. Before he could finish it, the party engaged him in combat and felled the Lich by dropping him into lava through very cunning tactics. Before they could really celebrate their victory, he re-emerged as a half-formed Dracolich. His shape completely perverted and changed by whatever forces he was dealing with.
It was the most terrible experience of my life.
The party tried to destroy this and found that they were not able to do much damage to it. It was more a force of nature than an enemy for them to fight. Laffy then realized that a Lich must have a phylactery, and the phylactery was to be the prized skull of her other mentor that was gained at the very beginning of this journey. She threw it into the volcano, Mount Doom style, where when it began to melt, the Draco Lich was felled and the ritual was stopped. This essentially saved the world. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
woo.
problem.
Yeah. You ascended the volcano as it was calming. You retrieved your friends who had had your back the whole time, and you,
Miraculously all alive.
Yeah, none of them died.
yeah, I forgot about that. Oh,
It
We
was
rolled
great.
100.
yeah. Oh. They decided to say their goodbyes for now, go their own way, for reasons of each of their own. Bran headed back into Sigil, which was now open to the plane of Anda, having been reconnected to the greater astral sea. Ren decided to depart for Ardor, where she would help in the reconstruction efforts of her home. Lafayette decided it was her duty to go on demon hunting and help clean up the land, and Mist went with her, along with the dog Saint. And now it's been a year. Over the course of this year, Anda has changed pretty radically. Um, the primary and initial difference is the original gods, in quotes, have been returned to the world of Anda. These three being the Lady of Pain, the Lord of Dominion, and the Master of Plains. Um, due to them being relatively...
And Saint?
Saint is not a deity of Anda, he's just a deity.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, you don't know where he's from.
Oh.
It's not Anda, though. He's a fucking alien.
He is a good dog.
Space dog.
Yeah. Space dog. Yeah. Due to just the extreme amount of time that has passed since the three have been a part of Anda's culture, their original roles and houses of worship have been lost. Nowadays, they've been morphed into different sorts of patrons that may have something to do with what they used to be, may not. The Lady of Pain has become the patron deity of assassins, thieves, and individuals that operate in the dark.
Hey.
Yeah. Her acolytes are becoming known as assassins for hire, essentially, having no master other than those who hire them. And they are even swifter becoming known as the people that if you pay them, the job is getting done, and you never want them being paid to come after you. The Lord of Dominion is now the deity of law and healing. His champions are known as paladins and clerics, and they travel the world, or the continent rather, and meting out justice. They are above the law. They are traveling judges and jury, essentially. The Master of Plains is essentially just the deity of wanderers and travelers. The sort of thing you pray to before heading out and hope that he will bless you with luck. The Duchess of Knowledge has actually been gaining some modicum of worship from people that have gone back and forth from Sigil. Not one of the original deities, but she is the holder of knowledge, essentially. Her clergy are the individuals that historians, people who catalog everything and anything, annoyingly enough to some. Not everyone is worshipping these deities yet. It's a large continent still, and not everyone was there to witness what happened. But more and more often, individuals are seemingly awakening with these divine powers at their command, out of nowhere. And there are miracles, so-called, being performed, healings, assassinations that happen seemingly out of nowhere, just random happenstances that cannot be explained through magic alone. New lands have been spotted by trading vessels that were sailing from the port of Ilthorm down to the forests of Alterel in an effort to help rebuild there, and there are new lands spotted. They have been approached by a handful of traders, and they've been found that they are rich in resources. There are other continents in this world. There are other races. There's actually a different sort of elf that was found. They live mostly within the woods and are seemingly closer with nature and less haughty about everything. And they call themselves the Sa'ath, which is Elven for woods. Trade has been open, but not really en masse yet. It's only been a year. Only so much can happen. Magical ores and exotic foodstuffs are coming from that continent, and Anda is sending over textiles and livestock. More simple fare. Ardor was destroyed. The center city itself has been consumed by lava. It didn't erupt so much as it vaguely sauntered upwards over the course of a few months, until the cities is kind of underneath a pool of still active lava. But there is reconstruction happening around the villages on the outskirts. People are doing as people do, and it's coming back from seemingly the brink. Trade between each of the outer cities has grown more difficult because the wire cars they used to rely on and the trains were subsequently destroyed, and many of the engineers either perished or are injured or any variety of things. There are not as many as there used to be. Sigil, on the other hand, has become kind of a boon for them. The big portal that had opened near the outskirts had been... After the Master of Plains had a good look around, he sealed that one and reopened it behind the city of Stillborn. A larger, open kind of plain area that was surrounded by mountains, and a small fortress has been built up around it called Sigil Watch. It is there for a good reason. It's there to defend and kind of contain anything that comes through and make sure that nothing dangerous is sent through. It has definitely proven a boon, but Sigil is not allowing kind of mass migration or either way. People are not allowed to leave in mass. People are not allowed to come in mass. And it's actually largely due to, like, a capacity issue. Alterel as a nation is being restored. The dwarves, gnomes, and halflings are actually the ones kind of reclaiming the forests around Silerai and the northern mountains, or hills, where the dwarves used to live. They have begun welcoming the half-elves, and are creating a council of sorts, and the half-elves are being welcomed as part of this council. The leader of this council is still under heavy debate because there has never been a united nation of half-breeds before. They aren't quite sure how to handle this. Despite being welcome, there is still a significant amount of bitterness, and any elf that is spotted is typically met with extreme scorn.
This isn't what Laffy fought for.
And last but certainly not least, the northwestern desert that had been previously more or less off limits due to exploratory efforts never returning has suddenly become active. It has been dubbed the Brio Desert, and it is being rumored that there are temples and ancient ruins up there that are in desperate need of investigation, because it has been centuries since this area has been mapped.
Is that where the Gerudo babes live?
The what?
The Gerudo babes.
Oh, yeah. I heard Garuda. I was like, what?
Same.
Yeah, no, the Gerudo hot ladies live there.
Cool, just making sure.
Yeah. So by and large, like I said, Anda is changed, but still largely the same. The land structure's the same, the people are the same, it's just a lot of rebuilding efforts. So let's change the focus. Who wants to volunteer themselves to talk about their year?
I'll go.
Okay.
I did the least. Laffy found Kristoff. She said, "Hey kid, wanna go kill some demons?" So they went to the mountains, and they killed demons. And that's it. She found some ruins on the way, and she couldn't enter them, so that was basically useless. She also found out that people are cropping up all over wherever the fuck with god powers, but Max explained that in exposition, so
Yep.
I guess that's just common knowledge. That's not specific to Laffy. The end.
By the way, Laffy spent a lot of her time in the northern region, the Ardoran Mountains.
Yeah, that's what I said. She went to the mountains to
Yeah,
kill
I know.
demons.
Just saying it again. Alright, let's go to Mist, since that one's tied in.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mist went with Laffy. And Kristoff, and they did a bunch of demon killing, but before that, Mist wanted to go back to Sigil to speak with the Duchess of Knowledge, but she was denied. And the Master of Planes, they're apparently this is why they were busy, because they're actually on Da, but, none of them would speak to her, which is kind of suspicious. So she didn't get any answers that she was looking for. Instead, she did a lot of research. She learned how to manipulate the base workings of magic differently to help, since Laffy gave up necromancy, she was like, maybe I could be more useful by learning these things. So she did that. She studied a lot and didn't get a lot from it. Like, she tried a lot of things and didn't get anywhere, basically. She did learn, though, that Revizram was considered a true god. So that was interesting. And also the demons were assholes. I mean, we all knew that. Mr. Laffy had a bunch of conspiracy theories.
You left the two molders alone, and they came up with a lot of shit.
They went crazy, thinking up weird shit. Mist also helped everybody find an emblem for communication. So Laffy, Ren, and Mist all have them. I'm not sure about Bran. They might have tried to get it to him, or might have just been like, let's just let Kristoff have this for now. Yeah, killing demons. She didn't hear anything about her family and was very relieved. And she communed with her weird god entity and didn't get much. They also animated Polka Dot. Which
Let Polka Dot rest. 2K16, 17. Sorry.
She just screams a lot, like a cat scream. Everyone feels a little bad.
You feel bad, but don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Huh. Doesn't feel great.
Yeah, and she was really curious about, the fact that there were ruins and weird people showing up. She's like, we need to go to them. But I guess they got to some ruins and a door was sealed and they couldn't get in, so they were disappointed. They may have tried what they did before in that other, with the door and, yeah, Thunderwave blowing themselves up. It's fine. And then something with Ren happens, so we can go to Ren now.
So, I mean, Ren spent a whole lot of time generally helping people. It's really weird. She turned legit and helped rebuild Ardor and helped her dad get the guard back in order and was very helpful. And then she called up the party and was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna use the wish spell." So she used the wish spell.
The one fucking thing we weren't supposed to do.
But they all helped. So.
Yeah, everyone agreed because Ren was kind of adamant about it and kind of a dick about it and kind of like, I'm gonna do it one way or another, so better that you guys are here. So she cast the spell and she brought her sister back to life. The end.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's it.
Yeah, that's
Anything
totally
else
it.
suspicious there.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing suspicious about that. It actually all worked out perfectly.
It was great.
Yeah,
Everything was
Finley's
fine.
back to life. It's good. Yeah.
So, sort of unconnected from those three because he ran off and kind of went back to doing his own thing. Bran returned to Sigil after everything was said and done to go back to his usual life of just kind of wandering and plane hopping. And Elena came with him at first, but she was probably with him for a little while, long enough for him to, make sure that she kind of got used to Sigil, learned what it was like. She probably went on a couple of, who knows what adventures with him. But after probably maybe a couple of months, Bran started to get sort of distant towards her. And then all of a sudden, she probably woke up one day to just find him gone. And since then, Bran has just more or less been kind of missing, possibly hopping from plane to plane. And, well, no one's been able to find him.
Until
recently, possibly, depending on what happened tonight.
Until now.
Oh my
Until
god.
now.
So each of you in your own individual ways, Laffy and Mist, you guys are in an inn, in one of these very small northern-ish towns, that you've helped in the past. They know you. You have helped fend off a few of the lesser demons that harass them. They are relatively defenseless individuals, shockingly enough. They know how to hunt, but not fend for themselves necessarily. You're in an inn, just kind of enjoying the warmth of the fire, drinking a bit. Saint's nearby, drinking too. He's picked up a drinking habit. You're a little worried. It's been a rough year.
Is Chris...
Yeah.
Kristoff is with you guys.
Okay.
He is about as he usually is. He's not a super social kid. He's not exactly withdrawn. He's just kind of the sort of kid that doesn't have much to say. And
Especially after spending a year killing demons.
yeah, especially you know.
With those two weirdos, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his two moms.
Insane.
3 moms.
Oh my god.
So you're sitting there enjoying it when there's a quiet popping noise, and a sheet of paper floats down from above you and lands on your head, Laffy.
Luffy was gonna just go grab for it before it could even get to her head. She needs to get to the paper before Miss does.
Yeah, Miss totally noticed, and she noticed that Laffy's rushing to get it, but...
With her higher dexterity bonus.
Mist, are you gonna make a grab for it, Mist?
Yes.
All right,
Oh my God.
fucking first rolls of the night. Both of you make a dex,
Roll off.
a dexterity check.
Just straight dex.
Yeah, just straight dex. D20 with your mod. Let's do it.
Oh my god. This is taller. That's
yeah,
why it works.
Laffy, you're like, oh, I got this, and Mist just kind of whoosh, snatches it out of the air because she's a good deal taller than you.
Luffy, is there a table between them, or are they sitting next to one another?
Oh god.
You're sitting next to one another. You were, having amicable conversation about a whole lot of nothing.
Luffy, like, puts her feet up on the chair and kind of, like, crouches.
Miss is just grinning
to get
something
face
awful. He's like, we can look at it together.
That is what I am trying to do. You are so very tall. I can't, if your long arms just weren't in my fucking way, I would not be able to.
I'm sorry, but I'm curious. Mist, like, she kind of sidles over and sort of, she does that thing where, you slide down a chair.
Okay.
And she holds out the thing so her and Laffy can both look at it.
Okay. The first thing you notice about it is it smells. The page smells of like cloves and cinnamon and a bit of patchouli.
Luffy immediately goes, "Oh, this is Aurelian."
Well, that's what I was thinking.
And all it says is, "I miss you. Come visit." And then in the bottom it says postscript. That's not a request.
Wow. part of me just doesn't want to because of that.
Well,
But, you know, I know we're going to. Just,
yeah, I mean, he misses us. Like,
that, you know, you're right. That takes a
Yeah.
lot, doesn't it? There must be something happening.
he probably wants something.
Probably. Is he still in the same place in Sigil?
Well, yes, that's where his husband is. They're just gonna move the real estate is better than Sigil.
True. Alright, well, I guess we could go, or not? I think we've taken out most of the demons around here, have we not?
Yeah, pretty much. Not really doing anything anymore. I'm only good at one thing.
That's not true. You're good at a lot of things. And, Christoph, do you want to go back to Sigil?
He just looks up from his drink and, yeah, sure, why not?
Alright. Well, I guess that's that.
What's in
I
his cup? Can I make a perception check to see what's in his cup?
Yeah,
Oh my
sure.
God.
Okay. 14.
You know by the smell that it's ale.
Buffy leans over and she sniffs a few times and she's like, "Wait, are you right under our noses? Really?"
He just stares at you and... I've been... for like... few months now?
You're
Buffy,
too
it's
young
fine.
to be forming. No, you're too young to be forming a drinking habit. It's a sad habit.
Saint just kind of dog moans in the background. "Hmm."
Look at
Saint's
him.
doing it too! You are all poor examples.
I learned it from you.
Mrs. cracks up.
Well, you know what? Fair, but I'm a fucking loser, so maybe you shouldn't take after me.
He looks at you and he looks at all the skulls you're wearing. And it's just... Yeah, you know... Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop.
I read dead things. I don't own any property. I have no money.
I mean... Well, did any of those demons have money? Did we even check?
I mean, compared to, like, successful people, I don't have money.
Christoph is just... You guys know we've been getting paid, right?
I'm dying.
Fluffy looks
None of
at
us
Miss.
know this. Yeah, I've been keeping track of all this.
No, I have.
Okay, fair. I mean, I still do have some money. though.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been getting paid. Never mind. Let's go back to Sigil, yeah? How about that? That sounds good. I want to visit Andro and... Yeah.
Yeah, you can show him your nice cloak.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. And he flips his, like, incubus wing cloak over his shoulders.
Fluffy looks so proud.
Yeah, Mr. Snickers.
Little demon.
How close are they to... I mean, I know they're up in the mountains, but, like, how close to Sigil Watch are they?
You're about right here.
Okay.
So it's about like 4 days walking. The season's fairly nice. It's just kind of tundra around where you are right now. There's not really a storm on the horizon. It's good walking weather.
Okay. I also have a question. Does their port stone still work?
Yeah.
Alright. Mrs. like, we can go the quick way, or we can go the longer way.
He'd probably want us to go the quick way. You know, It's probably, like, somewhat important.
Yeah. Miss looks at Kristoff's like, do you want to walk for, I don't know, a while? Or be there?
Why are you asking? Let's go.
Because you're with us, alright?
Yeah, okay,
Jeez.
let's just walk for a... No,
We-
fucking get us
we
there
can't-
now.
Yeah, we can't leave the boy alone.
Like these three have been having a fun year.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Just, let's go.
Fine, alright, okay. Saints, come here.
I'm not leaving my boy.
I wasn't asking you to leave, I was asking if you would have rather liked to walk. Not without us. It was a choice of two options.
It was a 2 against 1 vote.
Chris,
I know,
Kristoff,
that's why I'm doing it.
Kristoff looks at the camera like he's on the off and just, moms.
Whatever. Anyway, Saints, come here.
We're off to a beautiful start.
Yeah. Saint lumbers up, wags his tail a little drunkenly.
I feel like it's been a long day for them. Like...
Yeah. Alright,
Are
so-
the-
what?
Yeah, so they... I mean, is there anyone else in the tavern right now? Like...
I mean, yeah. You guys are not
Alright.
alone.
They're all witnessing this domestic dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mista's like, let's go outside to not bother everybody.
For that.
Yeah, alright.
I mean, with the just teleporting thing, you know.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna bother people with.
I mean, maybe.
Alright, so you guys...
Buffy walks out of the tavern grumbling, go, leave my boy.
That wasn't what I was asking.
Alright,
You
so
seem the worst of me.
you guys step outside, you activate the teleport stone, and the world twists around you, and you vanish. Camera pans all the way over to the western side of the Ardorn Mountains. There's a small farming village that's in the process of being rebuilt still. Ren, you are existing. You're pretty sure you should be sleeping, but you're not. You're staring. Yeah. What? Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go, keep going.
You're just staring at the ceiling. In your father's home. When there's another popping sound, much like what happened with the other guys, and a piece of paper appears over your head and drifts down until it lands on your face.
Ren just sort of lets it land on her face. And then she breathes in and she's like, I can't smell shit. And she takes it off her face. And she looks at it. In the dark.
Okay. Yeah, it says much the same thing. It just says, Renzuena, we miss you. Please come visit.
Ren stares at it for a minute. Realizes she can't see in the dark, but she can sense shit. And then lights a lamp.
Alright, when you light the lamp, you see for a second like the letters are rearranging themselves, and they spell dumbass.
Rude.
She crumbles and throws it across the room.
Okay.
And then she, lays back down, ignores it for a couple of minutes.
As you're
Couple of
ignoring
long
it,
minutes.
you hear the page unrolling itself. And it comes back and floats in front of your face and then, like, slaps you a few times. Like, it paps, it's like...
Ren, grabs it really, really Aurelian. She folds it up. Well, first she smooths it out, then she folds it up, tucks it in a pocket, and goes to find clothes.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Like traveling clothes.
All right.
And then, like, I guess she tells people that she's leaving.
Okay, yeah. You step outside, and it's like midday. You're not sure why you were laying down. You kind of lost track of time. Um,
Awkward.
yeah. You're not a teenager anymore. That's not acceptable behavior. Uh, um, a few of the people notice you. Finley, in particular, walks up, very much alive and very vivacious, and she's now kind of built because she's been helping rebuild. She's kind of a muscle babe.
Nice.
Perfect. That's
she just-
exactly how I imagined her.
Yeah.
She just looks at you and she's like, "You going somewhere?"
So I've gotten a summons from Aurelian.
Oh, whoa, all right, huh. All right, yeah, okay, bye, I guess.
I mean, you seem to be occupied, keeping
Yeah.
yourself busy.
Now that I'm, squishy again, I'm a little loath to,
Put yourself in danger. I am.
yeah, I mean, I can die again, and I don't think you can anymore.
That's all right. Not a big deal.
Yeah, okay. And
So just-
it's been this way for like a month or two now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I'm fine. I mean, much in the same position you were, sort of. Distantly.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I wasn't rotting, but have you...
And
She gestures to you a few times.
She slaps a hand over Finley's face, looks around, and she's like, "I'm not rotting. I'm fine." And she pulls her hand away.
Have you done the thing today? You smell like a dead person.
I just woke up. She stops. No. Shut up. Look, I'll fix it on the road, okay?
All right. Well, I'll tell Dad, and good luck.
And if you see Julian,
I'll just let him know. I'll be honest, because quite frankly, why not? Yep.
And then she summons a horse.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Actual horse.
A horse just fucking appears.
What
Like,
does it look like?
yeah. Describe
Snaps
this
her
horse.
Fingers. All right. So it's a giant, like, golden horse. Okay, like slightly spectral, so see-through, but like golden and like shimmery and nice armor, very heroic looking. And she fucking mounts it and she goes.
Oh my god.
I can't believe this.
All
I
right.
can't believe Ren has the ability to make that kind of exit.
Time for that to be abused.
Oh my god.
All right. So you head off. Bran, we're cutting. Oh,
It
what?
moves 100 feet an hour. 100 feet, by the way, or like 3 miles an hour. Or
Jesus.
something. It moves ridiculous amounts of speed.
Well, I mean, that's more than 3 miles an hour.
Hang on, spell.
100 feet every 6 seconds.
Jesus.
That's fast.
Yeah.
That is not 3 miles an hour.
Gotta go fast.
Whatever. Yeah, you gotta go fast. Go fast.
Yeah.
Fast horse.
Yeah. That's. Yeah. Anyway, that's like 600 miles an
Right.
hour.
It moves 10 miles an hour or 13 miles at a fast pace. So she's
Okay.
moving 13 miles an hour.
Okay. So it'll take you like a solid. It'll take you about 4 days on that horse to get there. Thankfully, neither of you have to rest.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably like 2.
Okay.
So we pan over to Bran. Bran, you're stepping out of your latest adventure portal. You got into something or another at this point. Some of the things are starting to blend together a bit. And as you step out, you see a familiar dirt-looking shape waddle up to you. And this short, stout, dirty-looking man walks right up to you and looks up at you. Doesn't say anything. His arms are crossed.
Bran just looks back at it.
You not remember me?
I mean, I remember you. Typically, when someone walks up to someone else, they have something to say.
I was hoping for hello. Anyway, we need you. Come with me.
What? Come with you?
Come with me. Simple.
Alright. What are you and Aurelian getting into this time?
Oh, you will see. And he stomps.
Makes this face like I'm not too sure I want to be here.
So Brian, you get to Aurelian's shop first, of course. And upon entering, Aurelian's done well for himself and Drompton. The shop is, I think I described it before as like Fred and George's magical shop in Diagon Alley. It's like that, but bigger.
Brandon's probably like popped it maybe once or twice.
Okay,
since then.
Every time you've come in, it's been wilder and wilder, and like, it's like Fred and George's shop, but with weapons.
I mean, that only can make it better.
Yeah.
Is it like Walmart size?
No, it's not that big.
Oh god.
It's not like a department store. That's weird.
You two really don't spare any expenses, do you?
We make money hand over fist, or fist over hand, or whatever saying is. And yeah, you're walking through, and it has like gilded banisters, whizzing arrows shooting through the air. There are people standing up on the second floor, test firing weapons. There's the ringing sound of gunfire. There's the telltale sound of crossbows being shot, like the soft twing of it. You look over to your right, and you see, like, off down a hallway, there's what looks like a sparring room, maybe? And there's two individuals with these giant glowing weapons, swinging them at each other, like they're trying to kill. But when they strike the other person, they seemingly get deflected by a spell at the last second, or some kind of barrier. It's just fantastical. And there are weapons and various bits and bobs everywhere. There are what look like housewives buying potions. Children are buying... You don't know what they are, actually, but children are buying them.
I'm slightly concerned that children are here.
Yeah, yeah, Drompton's... Yes, that is new. Children are no... Oh.
I take it that was Aurelian's idea.
Ha! Idea. Yes, let's call it idea. And he's still waddling. He looks like he's gained a bit of weight, actually. Like in that married sort of way.
Yeah, he's married.
He no longer has to impress anybody.
Oh my god.
So he wanders deeper into the shop and leads you behind a beaded curtain where the smell of cloves, cinnamon, patchouli overwhelms you briefly. Then you hear the, Brannon, my boy!
Hello, Aurelian.
Hello.
Still a fan of rather extraordinary smells.
Oh, I love it. And he sweeps down from an upper floor, just this cloak of vivid red that complements his skin very nicely. He sweeps down and his cloak trails behind him. And he walks up to you and, like, leans in and kisses you on the cheeks.
Bran just has this, like, slightly horrified look on his face.
Oh, come, don't look like that. Old friends must exchange pleasantries. How have you been, darling?
I've never met any old friend that exchanged pleasantries like that, but
well, now you have.
I mean, I've been well enough, doing, what I do.
And what is it that I needn't pry. It's been some time since I've seen you, though, boy.
How long has it been? I haven't been in Sigil in a
Oh,
little bit.
about 48 bongs, I think. Drompton, how long does that equate to? And Drompton says, time has no meaning.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Right. Let's just say I've been gone a while.
Huh. None the worse for wear, I see. Always the strapping young lad. Up to adventures, then?
Yeah, what do you want, Aurelian?
Oh, I want you to wait here, friend. The rest of your friends will be arriving shortly.
Aha.
Pan the camera back to Laffy and Mist. You guys are arriving, outside of Aurelian's shop. In Stillborn, I believe, is where the teleportation stone takes you. It is not abandoned anymore. It's a shop again. It's not as elaborate, but there's like a front desk, kind of a tired young man sitting at it. They're what?
Wait, you said Stillborn?
Yeah, the teleport stone takes you to his shop in Stillborn, I believe.
No. They had a port stone that goes to Sigil.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were talking about the diamond for some reason. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then you appear in Sigil, in the middle of the street and a few feet above the street.
Oh god.
Classic cartoon style, you plummet down to the ground in a pile of robes, bones, and angry teenager.
Mist totally levitates. She might not even notice.
Okay, but can Laffy try to catch herself?
Yeah, by all means.
What do I roll for that?
Athletic. Oh no, acrobatics.
Poor Kristoff. Hey.
Okay, yeah.
22.
You fall and like you sense this. You feel the sensation of falling. Even though it's just a few feet, you twist and land on your feet like a nimble cat that had buttered toast on its back.
That's very okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask.
What?
Yeah, you've never heard the thing that like buttered toast will always land face up, but a
No.
cat will always
No.
land on their feet.
No.
Oh, yeah, like whenever you drop a
I
piece
mean,
of
I knew
toast,
about
it'll
the
always
cat
land on
and
the
the-
butter side. That's how you make a perpetual motion device.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, Laffy, you like tumbled but landed on your feet in that sort of way. And beside you there's a and then and Saint and Kristoff are just sort of in a puddle of angry teenager and dog.
That was weird. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. Mist just kind of floats down.
Kristoff is, oh god, Saint, you got fat. And Saint just,
Laffy, who looks like some horrible Mad Max high fantasy creature, immediately goes to Kristoff and, like, in a motherly fashion begins to brush him down, like, oh no, you got some schmutz on your clothes. And she licks her thumb and she wipes the smudge from his clothes.
What if someone sees?
It's fine, it's fine.
Saint
You're
just kind
alright,
of.
Tess?
No, my dignity hurts.
The Mist goes over and pats Saint.
Saint just kind of looks up at you forlornly.
I'm sorry about that.
Laffy gives Saint a pat behind the ears, and then she just looks in a direction, and presumably that's where they need to go.
Just whoosh.
Yeah. Mist
Okay.
doesn't know, so she's following.
Mist would never ever presume to know.
Nope.
Get lost in her own robes.
Yeah.
Laffy's had to, like, not dress Mist, because Mist never gets fully undressed, but, like, you know, she's had to help Mist re-accessorize a few times because Mist got lost in her robes for
I
like
feel
a minute.
like, yeah, they flipped around and wrapped around her, and she's like, I don't help.
Like a dog when you cover them in a blanket.
Yeah, yeah.
She's getting used to it, okay?
Alright, so yeah, you guys head off, and you fucking Laffy using your uncanny demon fucking whatever it is sense, impeccable sense of direction, even in a world where there's no more stars or anything to really go by. Yeah, you show up at the outside of Aurelian's shop, and it is gaudy as ever. There are like lights flashing from the inside. A group of children come streaking out, giggling, being followed by a large pink just puff of gas.
Oh, that's new.
What's the gas smell like?
Bubblegum.
Nice. Fluffy nods her head approvingly and goes inside.
Yeah,
Okay. As you guys head in, you get much the same scene as Bran did. But you guys see Dronthan behind the counter, seemingly not focusing on anything, just working on something. There are several young women gathered around a particular display case, and you can't see what they're looking at, but occasionally they're giggling at one another.
God.
There's a group of, let's call them high school age boys that look like they're in high school, essentially. Looking up at a case admiringly and just kind of muttering amongst themselves, like, oh, one day, man, one day. And Kristoff is like, oh, kids my age.
But you're a kid your age. Says
Who
a
said
random
that?
passerby.
Who said that? He hustles to catch up with you, Laffy and Mist, and this place is weird now.
That's quite a bit more elaborate than I remember, but I'm not really surprised. Mist is looking around, and if anything in particular catches her eye, she'll be totally distracted, but if not...
Alright, make a perception check.
Oh god. Perception. 17.
Out of the corner of your eye, you catch something very shiny looking. And over the last year, your bond with Vathan has grown deeper, and shiny things have more allure than ever.
Oh my god.
Become the Raven.
Vathan gets the cause, and then it's almost like Vathan is telling Mist to go over there. So Mist goes over there.
Okay. It's a golden box of some sort.
Ooh.
And above it, there's a sign that just says, portable hole for all of your disposal needs.
Uh-huh.
Mist squinting. Can she open it? Is it in like a case? Or...
It's just like on a shelf.
Okay. She picks it up and she opens it and she looks in it.
Okay, you peer into the void.
There's a void in this box. We should get it. Miss just carries it back with her.
Okay.
She takes it and she goes back over to...
It's like the size of a cigarette case, by the way.
Oh my god, that's a lot smaller than I thought.
Yeah, no, it's like a cigarette case sized. Yeah, so you wander back up to Laffy holding this like glittering gold box that's just the size of a cigarette case.
Yeah, she doesn't really say anything unless Laffy looks at her weird. But Otherwise, she's looking around for Aurelian, but if she doesn't see Aurelian, she's looking for Drop.
Laffy is looking at Mist, looking for Aurelian or looking for Drompton, and she's looking at the case held in Mist's hand, and she says to Mist, she says, This isn't the one gold store. We're here to see Aurelian.
I know, but I'm curious about this. It looks like it has a void inside it. Do you want to see?
Yeah, I guess.
Miss opens the thing for Laffy to see. It says you can throw things in there they want to get rid of.
Laffy,
Wonder where it goes.
Laffy
deposits herself in the trash.
Oh my god.
It's tempting, but it's too small. So what Laffy does is, Laffy... So this is a bad idea, but Laffy's gonna stick her pinky finger in the case.
Make a strength saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh god, oh no, oh shit.
I don't know why you did this.
Oh my god.
I did it because it was a bad idea.
Oh god. Mist would help if it looked
Well-
like Laffy was gonna get sucked into the void.
Yeah, Laffy, you feel like this, like, strong sucking sensation. It's like... It feels like a vacuum cleaner when you shove your finger in it and it's trying to, like, suck you in. But, you know, you're bigger and heavier than things it's used to sucking in.
Oh god.
Okay, that's good.
So it's just a little...
Okay.
It's, like, really uncomfortable.
Laffy looks at Mist and she's like, it's sucking. And she offers no other explanation. She just pulls her pinky finger out.
There's, like, a soft
it-
popping noise, like...
Mist gets it then. Well, that's weird. Anyway, we should find Aurelian, right?
Drompton has, like, looked up and has just been watching you guys.
Yeah, Mist looks over to Drompton. She's like, she waves with her tentacle arm, and the tentacles probably wave too.
He just shakes his head. Good to see you are still idiot.
Rude.
True.
Well, I don't know everything, certainly. Anyway, where can we find Aurelian?
Oh, big red man, he back there with blonde pretty boy.
Alright. Mist goes wherever back there was indicated, and if it wasn't
Okay.
indicated, she just waits for Laffy.
Yeah, no, he doesn't indicate.
Laffy looks at Mist, and as she does for added effect, she takes her mask off and puts her hood down and just looks at Mist like, really? And then goes to head to the back.
Mist says with telepathy, she's like, well, I can try and we can see what happens.
No, just follow, be following.
She's following.
Okay, yeah, you guys head into the back and you see Aurelian sitting on like a sofa. Bran, he's holding you uncomfortably close.
If Bran has probably moved to the other side of the room at this point,
Aurelian keeps like sidling up close.
My
Bran
God.
keeps like sidling away.
Laffy sees how uncomfortable
Yeah.
Bran is, and immediately she goes to Aurelian and like sits her ass down in his lap.
He's oh god, it's the dirt goblin. Hello.
We missed you too!
Oh, you
buddy!
smell.
And she smells thoroughly of blood.
I'm glad you're here.
She looks at Bran and she's like, wow, it's been a while.
Ah, yeah.
How long has it been, actually?
On Dar time, about a year.
A year? That's all?
Yeah, I know, it feels longer.
Huh. Yeah. Longer.
Or shorter, time has no meaning.
Aurelian, why are we here? Though it is good to see you.
Oh, do hold on. We've got one more guest coming.
Oh.
I can't imagine who that will be.
We pan back to Ren.
Perfect.
Ren has made itself socially acceptable and looks awesome.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
yeah, Ren, so you've been riding hard the last 2 days, and you pull up to the city of Stillborn. It is in worse condition than most of the areas around Ardor, just because it hasn't been receiving as much love.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. You're able to kind of head up through the gates. There's a caravan of individuals heading off to the east, towards what is now the Brio Desert. There's a pass nearby that people have begun to take over that way. You take your heroic steed out of the way of the caravan, and a few of them pass and kind of give you this, huh, look.
Ren grins. He waves. Salutes them on.
A few of them wave and continue on. And then you head into the city. Again, it's kind of looking. There's still like scorch marks. Part of the wall that Bran helped explode is still caved in. You are assaulted with beautiful memories of glorious combat.
Ren kind of like makes a face to herself that there's been like seemingly very little effort put in to rebuild this city. But, you know.
But as you go into the city, you remember as you're looking around, you're like, all right, the city proper really didn't get messed up too badly. It was just the gates and the defensive walls. It's not quite bustling, and you don't really know why necessarily. There are people, but it's not the active city that it once was. And you ride your horse right up to the alleyway where Aurelian's shop is. There is Liver. Within is the bored-looking young man. The shop is not terribly extravagant, but it is certainly a thing, and there are some magical goods inside that don't look like they belong on Onda necessarily. Like these very alien sorts of designs. There's a little gun that kind of looks like a ray gun.
Ren squints at it. I don't remember Aurelian being interested in firearms.
The kid behind the desk just, makes what gets the money.
Huh.
You want to see
Anyway,
how it works?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool. He gets up and
So enthusiastic.
yeah, he gets up and like he's kind of gangly and tall. And
You don't get to do this very often, do you?
no, not really.
Okay, go ahead.
He goes and picks it up and holds it like he's
Give me
not
your
too
best
sure
shot.
what he's doing. Wait, what? Huh?
I not at me.
Oh,
I said.
okay.
Good lord, man.
Listen, it's too young for this. And he points the object at like a target on the far wall, and there's no trigger to pull, so he just squeezes and nothing happens. Come on. Squeeze. Come on, not in front of a pretty... It fires off, and there's this bright blue streak of energy that strikes out and hits the target and freezes it solid. He goes, oh, cool, it was ice that time, neat.
Huh. You mean it does more than one element?
Yeah, I guess.
Interesting. Well, good show.
Oh, you don't want to buy it?
I'll I really don't have any coin on me at the moment.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm actually passing through, on my way.
Oh, you're that. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on through, and he just gestures to a beaded curtain behind him.
Ren hops the desk and goes through.
Okay.
Because she doesn't walk around anywhere.
No. You step through, and immediately you emerge on the other side in the middle of Aurelian's room where the rest of your friends are. And he looks up and he goes, "Oh, yes!"
I have a question.
Yeah?
Does Ren appear immediately after Bran goes? I wonder who that could be.
Yeah!
I hope so.
Yeah!
Perfect.
Good.
Ren, like, steps through and then sneezes. And then she's like, oh, what are you talking about me?
What do you know? I was right.
Hello,
You're
Ren.
talking so much shit. Shit you would
I know
not
this.
believe.
There's so much shit to talk about.
You look pretty good.
I know, right?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can Luffy see through Ren's bullshit with her passive perception?
No.
Okay.
Because Ren's using a spell.
Then Luffy has no reason to believe anything is wrong. Luffy
Yeah.
just looks at Ren, and Ren is...
Ren is Ren.
Yeah. Oh, you look in shock, says Luffy, who realizes nothing is wrong.
kind of embraced the whole hero of the world thing, haven't you?
I mean, someone had to when y'all fucked off.
Listen,
Well, it's not my world.
we were killing demons.
Yeah,
It
I was
rather fun.
exterminating.
I mean, it looks like that proved fruitful. And she looks them up and down.
Mr.
I'm-
Nicholas.
I'm only good at one thing. You think that I was gonna sit around and talk to the people? Like, no.
Aurelian chimes in, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask, what's up with the... You know," and he just gestures up and down. At you, Luffy.
I want demons to know immediately on sight that I am there to kill them.
You know, some of them thought it was rather, I don't know, attractive though. It was kind of
We don't-
weird.
We don't talk about that.
Fair.
I mean, we talked about it.
Kristoff is...
Yeah, we don't go
Christoph.
further into that.
Alright.
A spine devil tried to hump her.
Ah, that
Luffy
had to
just
be
looks
pleasant,
at Kristoff and she's like, "Listen here, you little shit."
considering all the spines.
Saint has been, like, wandering around Bran. He doggy shoulders you. He smells vaguely of booze.
Bran leans down and scratches him behind the ear.
He wags his tail, and then he walks over to you, Ren, and he just stares up at you.
Ren stares down at Saint and then kneels down and like gives him a big ol' hug and like scratches his back and
He would smell like booze if you could smell.
yeah,
Yeah.
smells nothing wrong.
No. He wags his tail and acts like nothing. There's nothing weird about this.
You're still you, even if you're a bit different now.
Yeah. Um,
What an accepting boy.
Yeah.
Relian says, "Oh, all right. You can do your exchanging of pleasantries later, or now,
What did you
I
do
guess.
at you
Um,
anyway?
So, I mean, I just wanted to see my friends. It's been
That's a lie. Why are we here?
Why can't a man just want to see his friends?
Because we know you better than that, Aurelian.
I mean,
I mean, you can want to see us, but we're here for a reason.
I believe this is the first time you've ever referred to us as your friends.
That's
Yeah,
not
dude.
true.
It was once a long time ago, but you weren't there, Bran.
And it was riddled with sarcasm.
And he did want us to do something for him.
Yeah.
And he probably wants us to do something for him now.
Mm.
But I am curious.
Yeah, I mean, we arrived.
Right, fine. He smooths out his cloak and just kind of scowls at all of you.
What?
You're no fun.
I mean...
No,
we
no,
can-
no!
we can
It's
have-
fine. It's fine.
We could get
We
the thing
can have
done
fun
faster.
after you get to the point.
Yeah.
Right, so, Ren, I'm sure you saw my shop in Stillborn. It's still there, right? The young man,
Yeah, he fired a ray gun.
oh no. Is he alive?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. For now's fine. Um, yeah, I gotta pay him. Anyway,
No wonder he looked so down.
you know, what happens when you live in a city named Stillborn.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, not the most
It
creative
wasn't. It
naming
wasn't.
choices there.
And it wasn't very bustling either. Doesn't look
mean,
like it's been touched
considering
since the attack.
Oh, that's
Good.
unfortunate.
Hmm.
Great.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway. Well, what I need from you. Do you remember when we first met?
Yes.
No.
yes,
Yes.
you wanted a tablet.
Yeah, the tablet. Well, now that we know who it was referring to, the three figures that you saw on there, I figured it was time to do a bit more research, if you know what I mean.
No.
Miss tilts her head, but she looks curious.
Well, you've heard of the new desert that's been explorable, correct? The brioche?
Oh, yes.
The
No.
brioche? The broche?
The Brio Desert.
Yes, that one. Well,
Yes.
Rebellion.
I don't live there anymore. It's fine. I'm allowed to be weird about it. Right, Brad?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Yes, let's go with that.
Well, I've heard that some temples like the one that I asked you to investigate for me.
You can say it. You can say it. Raid.
Raid.
the
Raid.
temple.
I asked you to raid the temple, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's not pretend to be more honorable than we are.
Yeah,
He looks
no.
at you, Brandon. I asked them to raid a religious temple.
It's fine.
Okay.
Religion was basically dead in our world, so.
Yeah, we had
There
no
was-
idea what religion even was.
There was
It's not
some
like it was my
dreadful
deity.
statues there.
Well, okay, so more of those temples have seemingly shown up in that desert?
More like that one.
Spontaneously, out of nowhere.
Oh,
Did
not
they-
so much that, just more like people are able to actually go and look at that place now. Before it was kind of covered in a perpetual storm of sorts, and God knows what was eating the adventurers that went in there. But now apparently it's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, we found a temple and we couldn't open the door.
Yeah, it was dreadfully unfortunate. Do you know way into those?
Your faith in me is flattering. No.
Also unfortunate.
I suppose we'll find out eventually.
I
Anyway.
mean, we did try, but yeah.
I'm sure there's
Did you
ways in.
did you attempt to blow the door open with Thunderwave?
Oh,
I stopped magic, so no.
I thought...
Ren looks oddly relieved by this, but she doesn't actually say anything, and the expression is quickly gone from her face.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Mist is like, I thought about dimension dooring inside, but then I thought better of it.
That would have been a poor choice.
I know, that's why I didn't do it.
Good call. At least until you learn the ability to unstick yourself from solid objects.
Yeah. That, yeah. But otherwise, I mean, we tried a number of things, but we couldn't get in. At least without, blowing it up or something, which we didn't really want to do either.
Understandable.
Well, maybe you just need a key first.
Possibly.
And that's why I called you here, boy Brannon.
Don't call me boy.
Brannon, then. Brannon
Thank
boy?
Please
Just
call
Bran-
him boy.
No.
Just Laffy, don't encourage him.
Well, I do need encouragement. I'm a very fragile little boy.
Well,
But
you've got the dirt ball over there for that.
That's
Trompton, hey, I am earth, not dirt. Because
The dirt boy, if
he
you
only
will.
likes being called dirt in the bedroom.
No.
Oh my god,
Right.
no.
You're doing the whole oversharing thing again.
My mistake. Anyway, so I believe that these temples are, well, not reappearing for a reason. It just seems rather convenient that now that Andal has been restored to, well, and he gestures, that more continents are appearing where it was just shrouded in mist before, and anyone who strayed too far from our seas just seemingly disappeared, and now this desert is suddenly being open to
Miss totally
exploration.
grinned when you said that.
Well, it seems like the sort of thing that should be investigated, and I've done a bit of research, as I'm wont to do, you know.
Why do you keep saying it like that?
I've done a bit of research, and I have
Yeah, like that.
I have reason to believe that the key to opening this door is something called the Outsider's Blade.
Oh,
Bran just kind of looks down at his sword.
Yes, that one. Same in that. Well,
Why
I
didn't you
believe...
ever... Bran just like suddenly looks down at his sword again. Why didn't you ever tell me that before?
research takes time, probably.
You
It's
feel
onto the sword.
you feel the sword gives the sword equivalent of a shrug, and in your head you hear, "Wasn't important."
Bran just like pinches the bridge of his nose. This is what I have to deal with.
No one else could hear this, though. Miss totally thought he was talking to Aurelian.
Relian says, "I'm not that bad."
Not you. Keep going.
Right. Anyway, my research has showed me that I believe that to open up these doors, you need something called the Outsider's Blade, and quite frankly, that's suspicious as hell to me. And
Right.
I'd like to pay you guys to go investigate a handful of them, see what's to be seen, see why they're sealed.
Why is it so suspicious?
Well, if it's sealed by an artifact that's held by someone that doesn't live on your plane, that's suspicious, is it not?
To
Well-
be fair, I did find it on your plane.
And, you know, we did... Did you ever... You know, you know what our plane was, right? Like,
Oh,
Central
yes.
Magic,
But you see, the
where the
Outsiders...
rulers of Sigil came from.
The
all of that.
Outsider's Blade is only allowed to be wielded by a single individual.
You mean
Right,
throughout
child
the
of the
blade's
gods,
whole
right?
existence?
Well,
It
I
can
don't
only
know
be
about
wielded
its
by
existence.
One person?
It... Brandon, can I hold that for a moment?
Bran just passes him the sword. Yeah, sure.
He takes it and he holds it up and looks at it and goes, "This is a blade out of time. It... Well, I'm not going to get into the
Kind of
intricacies.
like she's in
Massive.
the office.
but...
Fluffy looks at Aurelian and she's like, "Are we all not out of time?"
Not in the same way. It exists in the past, in the now, and in the future.
That's interesting.
Ren continues to look at the camera like she's on the office.
And it can only be wielded by one that is something of the same cloth." And she
Oh.
tosses it back to you, Bran.
swivels her head to look at Bran.
Bran just looks at her and shrugs.
Yeah, that
Bran,
doesn't
are
answer
you
my
in
unspoken
multiple
question.
dimensions at once?
Are you from the future?
Are you immortal?
No, I'm not.
Anyway,
Which
As far
one?
as I can tell, I'm not. All of them.
Oh. Okay, well that's slightly less interesting then. And she turns back to Aurelian.
Well, I mean, sometimes you don't know what you are.
My apologies for boring you.
I mean, you should be apologetic. We're all
Brandon,
active, you know.
you never bore me.
Stop
think
flirting, your
Brand-
husband's
Brand
in
just-
the other room.
Brent just doesn't even, like, acknowledge that Aurelian said anything this time. It's like looking at the rest of the group.
Oh my god.
Huh. Anyway, it's a bit suspicious if you ask me.
Yeah, that is somewhat more interesting than.
And considering Brannon's the only one that can wield this blade in the proper manner, I believe he should come with you. Don't you agree, Brannon?
Sure, I mean, why not?
Don't you miss your friends, Brannon?
You don't have to force him into anything. He can do what he wants.
No, I do want to come, figure out what this weird sword is all about.
Yeah, we'll probably get caught up in another prophecy, so we should do. Anyone have any unfinished business?
Ren laughs, like, awkwardly.
Brand notices her laughing awkwardly and gives her a weird look.
But it's nothing, it's just something. Anyway. No,
Are you sure we need to go to the bathroom before we head out? You know.
Aurelian just sniffs and... I think somebody ate something bad for lunch. Saint? And Saint just looks confused.
But does Saint look guilty?
What are you
No.
feeding him? Beer and dead demons?
No.
No, we buy the best food for him, and I eat the demon.
Miss just cracks up and covers her.
Right, now you're doing the oversharing. Anyway,
Oh.
Well then, yes, it seems that I'm sending you on another stupid adventure that hopefully doesn't end up being, world-ending again if you fuck up. That would be just terrible, wouldn't it?
well, now that you've said that, I'm sure it will be.
I mean, then in the end, it means you fucked up, didn't it?
I mean... Shut
But
up.
what if the world is already on its way to ending, and him sending us is saving everything?
I
That's
mean, what
good
if
too.
everything is going to eventually end?
I mean, that already
Oh
almost
no!
happened. Didn't we deal with this already?
Let's not think too much about it.
Oh, I
We've
forget
just-
how
we're just-
easily you're made to have an existential crisis. Dear.
It's kind of impressive, really.
It really is.
Luffy's mouth is pulled into an open mouth grimace, and her teeth are just chattering together slightly.
Mist just she I don't know. She kind of like half hugs Laffy, but it's sort of like puts her arm around Laffy's far shoulder. It's fine. It's fine.
Do we need to give her a moment?
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Ren, don't say that.
Is Mist holding the box still?
Her tentacles on her arm are holding the box.
Luffy goes to take the box. Can she take the box?
Can she take the box?
It's up to you. Are the tentacles gonna give it up?
I mean, if she tries to take it nicely, they'll give it to her.
She is gonna try to take it nicely, and she's gonna quickly hold the box out and open it and hold it to Ren and be like, "Quick, stick a finger in here."
I wouldn't do that.
Do it. See what happens.
Ren. What? Ren. Ren goes to put a finger in it and then looks at it and is like, draws her hand back. She's like, what's it going to do?
It's a void.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It
And Ren
sucks
gently,
things into
like-
it.
Oh. Yes, no, I'll pass. And she
already.
gently...
She's fine.
Oh my god, you ruined it! That was the only thing that was gonna make me feel better. And then Luffy
Why do you
pulls
have
the
that?
box.
Aurelian
It
just...
was interesting.
Huh. You know,
What?
well, I mean, it's for disposing small things. Are you planning on buying that?
Maybe. How much is it?
It's about 40 gold. We started using gold around here. The chuts are, well, it's just too confusing, and I like to do business with people for my home, and we use gold.
Yeah, I have that
I
much.
can imagine the residents of Sigil thrilled about that.
Turns
Wait.
out they like gold too.
Did we get allotted gold?
Not a
off
lot,
screen?
no.
No, I said allotted. Like, were we given gold?
It is assumed that you were paid and subsequently spent it on staying alive, so no.
Oh.
Mist still has 733 gold from
Technically,
before.
the Adventurers Guild owes Ren 40,000 gold.
Yeah.
Hasn't collected yet.
Yeah,
Oh
being
my
owed
God,
being
shit,
owed
a
money is
year.
being owed money is a funny thing, isn't it?
That's the unfinished business she has to tend to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
God.
Well, okay, speak to Dromthan. He'll take your money and enjoy the suck box.
I don't call it that.
I mean, it's the official name. It's the suck box.
Don't
Mist
buy
gives-
it.
Ren opens her mouth, closes her mouth, looks at Aurelian like she's squinting at him. Like
What?
she's trying to determine something.
How do you spell that?
SUKK box.
Oh.
Oh my God.
It should have been SUCC.
No, I wasn't gonna go for it.
Fuck. Bobby looks at Mist and she's like, don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's not worth it.
Mist looks at the tentacles and the tentacles like it.
Oh yeah, they're like all over that thing.
They like it though.
Oh my god.
What? You don't have to deal with it.
Are you
Yeah.
buying it? Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it for them.
Dromthan will for them.
Yeah. Mist holds up her arm and
No!
the tentacles that are holding it now probably.
How have I never seen those before?
Good
Yeah,
They're
she's,
like-
she's had them for a while now.
Do they have names? Have you named them? Are they like your children?
Mist looks at them and she's seeing their reaction to this.
They just kind of twist up at you, Mist. Like
I mean,
you feel like they're waiting for something.
they are a mystery and a very cared for one.
I like to call the big one Martha.
Well, if you don't name them, Luffy will, apparently.
I imagine they have endless and many names, if any names at all.
I mean, you could just give them one.
I could, but it's not my place to give them a name. They can name themselves.
Ren looks at the tentacles.
They're just kind of like they're just kind of wagging in the breeze. There is no breeze, so they're just kind of wagging, like this slow wiggle.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, bye for now. Have fun exploring the Brio, and Brant, make sure you do the thing.
Wait, one moment.
Oh,
Do you
what?
have any, like,
Yes.
indication of where some of these might be?
Oh, yes, of course.
Because, wandering around a desert... Probably
I
not
mean-
the best idea.
We have... Okay, I say yes, of course, but it's only a vague approximation because not many exploration parties have come back with a map so far.
I mean, that's what you gave us last time, wasn't it?
I suppose, yes.
I mean, have any settlements been started at the edge of the desert? Is
There-
anyone out there exploring it besides us?
There is one settlement, yes. And there are regular exploratory voyages setting forth. You needn't go
I passed
alone.
one on my way, even.
Huh. Well, that's good, anyway. But yeah, can you give us that vague approximation?
Oh, yes. He pulls out a map of Andal that's kind of sketchily made. It is far from being professional, and up in the northwestern, northwestern corner, or northeastern corner, my mistake. He kind of makes a few X's, and these are the approximate locations. There's two of them, actually. Only two. I don't know why I made a third scribble. He erases that one.
Are you sure?
Well, no, I'm certainly not sure. It's a big desert that most people haven't explored yet, so I'm absolutely not certain, but I do know that there are at least two.
Alright. I guess those are the ones we're going to look around for then.
So,
Well, it's been great seeing you all again.
This just cracks up.
I'm sure you're
Right.
very sincere in that.
great is a word for it, I suppose.
Brennan, you should be more enthusiastic to see our friends again.
I'm happy to see my friends again, and he gestures to the.
All right. Okay, before anyone gets too excited, why don't we just leave on a good note?
Alright.
Well,
Okay. With that, Brand just goes.
Offie starts picking at something mysterious in her teeth.
oh gods. Bye, I suppose. Goodbye, enjoy the suck.
This just cracks up.
Ren claps Aurelian on the shoulder and
Huh.
gives him like almost like a grateful look, and then walks after them.
He
She's
just,
grateful for the suck.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, when they're going, Miss is like, do you think we'll need anything in particular for this adventure? Aside from, a lot of water. and food
well,
and
it is an
stuff.
adventure, so you know, whatever you need for adventures.
Potions? Is the answer potions?
I mean, I've never been
Probably.
adventuring before. Whatever you need, I don't know.
I don't even remember what potions Offie has.
Yeah, like, we don't know what they have anymore.
You still had them, or did she drink them at some point over the past year?
I think she.
True
Fuck,
question.
that's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can still buy more, but yeah.
Maybe she decided to make some like sick cocktails out of some of them.
Oh my god. There was that one she wanted to drink that, wasn't great.
I don't have any of those written down, and I'm a little bit tired, so Laffy's not gonna go shopping.
Okay. So there's no shopping. You guys all head out, and I guess you are inside of Aurelian's shop temporarily, and we are going to take a quick break right here for bathrooms and water and stuff. We'll be back shortly, stream. Probably won't be too long.
Alright.
We'll be back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, stream. We're back to play D&D.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
Woo! All right.
Is
So,
our theme music gonna change at any point? Because I've been listening to this for like 3 hours.
I mean, I can change it. Do you want it changed?
At some point.
When
Okay.
appropriate.
Well, you guys are in Sigil, so where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
We're temporarily in Sigil. Let's be real.
Yeah. In fact. There we go. How's that?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you guys emerged from Aurelian's shop, with, I guess, a task in mind. What do you guys do?
Ren nudges. Well, she looks at Ren. And she's like, "Oh, by the way, we couldn't get a hold of you, but we brought Finley back to life."
Oh, really? How'd you manage that?
She just looks at him.
Luffy just stares off into the distance.
Yeah, Miss just kind of sighs.
Saint size 2.
You can
Oh,
get.
right. The wish spell. You used the wish spell.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to get a hold of everyone for advice, but you were
What?
off in the ether somewhere.
Well, I'm hard to track down.
Advice is
So,
a funny,
Are you
funny way.
alright?
What?
Are you alright?
I mean, yeah.
You used.
My sister's alive again.
But I mean, like, you used the wish spell.
Yeah,
I sure did.
did you ever figure out the? Was there ever a price for that you could tell?
I mean, I was
It's
a little
always
weird. My
fine.
magic was a little weird for a while, but
Miss tilts her head. Like, weird how? Like, weird the way it was weird when you teleported?
no, like weird. Like I couldn't cast anything because I'd used all of my magic to cast a wish spell. It came
Yeah,
back
but
eventually.
that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Miss is just...
Ren's looking at her like, maybe
Ren
Karma will come back to bite me in
looks-
the ass at random in the future.
Does Ren sound convincing?
I mean,
Roll a deception check, Ren.
Should I? What
Roll
should
an
I
insight
roll?
check, missed.
Oh god. Okay.
Who's gonna win?
Insight. 20.
why do you get advantage?
Because Mist has had-
tentacles.
Yeah, the tentacles.
Fair enough.
Don't you have luck or something?
Ren?
Yeah, I thought rogues get luck.
No,
At
that's
level
a
20.
Oh, okay.
If you want to make me a level 20 rogue,
No.
sure.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, you don't really know what's up about Ren, but
Yeah.
you know she's hiding something, but that's really not that unusual.
Yeah, Mist is looking at Ren in that way where it's like, yeah, I know you're not telling the truth, Ren.
Luffy looks at Ren and Luffy waves her closed fist around in front of Ren's face.
Uh-huh. Ren
And
follows her fist.
and
with her
then
eye.
she pretends to throw something.
Ren follows whatever she pretended to throw, and then looks back at her.
She's a werewolf, I knew it!
Like, oh, I am not a werewolf.
You did it.
Sure.
You and your boyfriend did it. Not that
I
it.
did.
The
I
other it.
did.
I mean, well, that made it sound like maybe both.
Maybe it could happen at the same time.
Ren
I
starts
don't-
walking.
Do you know where you're going, Ren?
I will find out. Where are you going again?
I
Where are they going?
Huh?
We never picked a
Yeah, you guys never
destination.
picked a
Yeah, I
destination.
know.
We didn't get very far.
I know.
Ren gets to like the end of the street and stops, then turns around and walks back.
Mist is just cracking up.
As
Well,
Ren is doing that, Laffy looks at Kristoff and she's like, You'll be fine getting to Anjo on your own, right?
Yeah, I know where I am. Home,
He
Alright.
sweet
knows this
home.
place better than we do.
Yep. All right.
Ren, like before he leaves, Ren is like walking up to them, and it's like his back is turned to her finally, and she's like, "Did you make a cloak out of incubus wings?"
Yeah, it's sick, isn't it?
It's a
Oh,
bit
it's so
great.
cool. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And he spreads his arms, and they like unfurl like bat wings. It's like, yeah.
It's fucking great.
That's
Ren,
pretty fucking
Ren
great.
doesn't like. She doesn't say anything. She just claps and like nods her head approvingly.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't do anything. It just looks cool.
But it's really cool.
Miss taught me how to do it.
Of course she did.
What?
Ren looks at Miss.
She shrugs.
I learned a lot from my moms over the year we were together.
Yeah, we're trying to instill good values in our boy.
Yeah,
Your
like you taught me
moms,
how to
huh?
eat demons.
Yeah, for strength.
Yeah,
And
like which part of the
nutrients.
demon's really juicy and which one's not. And leans into you, Ren. Don't eat the eyeballs. They're kind of like grapes that have gone bad, but not in the wine kind of way, but in the like kind of way.
I'm really glad I
Ren
haven't
gets
eaten
that look-
Recently.
Ren gets that look on her face like she's screaming internally, and she just nods.
Yeah, alright. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 What have you done to that child?
We've given him catharsis
Yeah,
and taught him how to kick ass.
that too.
Uh-huh.
You had a good time.
Well, I can't judge. Where are we going?
That's a good question. I guess we're going. I mean, we're going back. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's yeah.
All right. Well, if we're headed to the desert, then we've got to stock up on
That's what I
water
said before.
food.
Yeah.
And
Anything else
probably.
that we might need for opening weird temples?
I mean, we've got the key, if that's, you know. And she gestures to Bran's sword.
Yeah.
And so water and food and probably a change of clothes because, you know, sand and heat and sunlight.
I'd expect I might want to get something, God from the sunburns.
Yeah.
Laffy is listening to this, but like, it's not like registering with her. She's just like, I'm good.
Alright, so our swamp gremlin is going to turn into a sand gremlin. She looks down at Laffy.
Yeah, that's the plan. Don't you love the feeling of sand, like between your toes and in your armpits? The best.
No.
How it's
No.
coarse
I don't
and
think
gets
I've ever
everywhere.
gotten sand there before.
I don't think I agree with you.
I don't think sand could get through your. And she gestures to olive mist.
That's the point, actually.
Anyway, the two normal people in this group are going to prepare. And she looks at
Yes, normal.
Who do you mean exactly, Mr. Snickers?
Brent. You're
I mean,
supposed to
I
back
still
me up,
think
I think.
I still think we should prepare.
I mean, yeah, I want you guys to prepare because you're like little babies. And you
You're
need
still
extra
going to
protection.
need to consume water.
Well,
This is
yeah,
true.
of course, we're gonna need to buy water. Just remember, don't buy too much because I still have that mansion. So it's not like we need a tent or anything.
Oh, right. We could just hop into the mansion and get some water.
Well,
Huh.
I
We
mean, we
should-
should get water for the day.
We need some anyway, right? In case some, yeah.
Yeah.
Ren spins on her heel and goes back inside Aurelian's shop.
Okay.
Oh, if he
She-
sells water
she-
in the shop.
she leans over the desk at Drumpin.
What?
Do you have like a potion?
No. I kid. What?
Like a potion bottle that makes water.
You mean water?
Yes, that's what I said. Water.
Isn't there like a spell that makes water? Maybe spells of that?
don't know it.
I don't know it.
We
No, I
have
don't
scroll of create water. Yes, create water and food. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but those are one-time use only. I'm thinking.
Wait,
like,
wait a
Fluffy
moment.
looks at them and she's just like, you do realize water doesn't go bad. We can just buy
Well, yeah.
water.
And Ren looks back at Laffy and is like, "Yeah, but it's heavy. We don't know how
Oh
long.
my
We don't know
God.
how long we're going to be wandering the desert."
It's,
I have
We might run out.
I have
then-
spells.
so you were going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to, pack a thing that constantly recharges water, because that sounds like a good idea.
These scroll scroll make
Please.
30 gallon of water per use.
Oh, that's a
That's
lot.
a lot of water.
Now water
But we
does
have
not
to-
go bad.
No, but we'd have to have something to put it in.
He points to the little box Mist has.
Wait, you can take things out of that. I thought they just went in there and they're gone forever.
Anything go in can come out. It's
Ooh,
almost like bag holding, but small.
well,
And bit
I'm
more
glad I got it
dangerous.
perfect.
Someone else gets to operate that then.
Not
And
it.
Ren. And
Okay.
someone. What?
But if we bought 30, if we conjured 30 gallons of water and then we put it in the sock box, we could just go and buy 30 gallons of water for less gold and put it in the sock.
When have we ever done things the proper and easy way?
But it's magically created water.
That makes it better.
That might make it better.
Fresh,
Oh my god! I feel like I'm out of like my fucking mind.
Ren is like keeping a totally
Yeah.
straight face while Laffy loses it.
Mist isn't. It's like, no, it makes perfect sense to do it your way. But
Laffy is crying.
Ren like pats her on the head.
Alright, my job is done here, let's fuck off.
Do you no scroll?
No,
How
we're
much
good.
So are we buying the scroll or not?
how
I don't
much
know.
is it?
Scroll 30
have any
gold
gold.
scroll.
What? Sorry.
30 gold per scroll.
That's nothing. I can get that. We can get it, and then we can get normal water, so we have backups. How about that?
I'm gonna get backup water.
Yes.
How much water even fits in this suck box?
I don't know. That's what we're going to find out.
We're just going to fill it up with water.
Miss Shrugs.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Oh, I've missed this.
Where's Elame, anyway?
I don't know.
You don't.
What?
You don't know. Didn't she go with you?
We went our separate ways.
Why are you saying that so shortly? Like there's more to the story.
Because there isn't. We went our separate ways.
Where did she go?
I mean, she's probably doing her own thing.
So you don't know?
At the moment, presently, no.
How long ago did you go your separate ways?
It's been some time.
Some,
I mean, time is relative,
Okay.
right?
It's hard to say, I suppose. And, planes and whatnot.
Like, what's the deal here? Did you two, like, make out and realize it wasn't going to work, so you stopped seeing one another? Like, why does this sound so awkward coming out the
Something
mouth?
like that. Let's go with that.
Well, if he's gonna insight check him.
Alright, Bran, you gonna try to deceive her?
Sure.
Alright, make
Oh
a
my
deception.
18.
What is my...
Damn.
Alright, you got nothing.
Shit! Fluffy is like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, she just nods her head. Like,
Well,
makes sense.
chances are she's sigil somewhere.
Well, she's probably having a good time or something.
I'm sure she'll turn up at some point.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. So, let's go buy some normal, never
Backup
expiring water. Yo!
Backup water it is.
Fluffy has another conniption.
Mist is just like, I'm so sorry.
I've still got it.
Okay, so you guys go buy backup water. I don't know where you would buy water.
Me neither.
At a market stall? Like, water isn't hard to come by.
Exactly! There's just like a well!
Is there
We
really?
go to a well. We
Okay.
put all the well water in our box.
Okay, yeah, you go find a well and you spend like the better part of an hour filling the suck box, because apparently, boy, can it fit a lot of water.
Yeah, Mist.
Wow, look at all of this free water.
Yeah.
man.
Mist is totally letting the tentacles hold the box open to get the water.
It also takes a while to get water out of a well, so you know.
God.
Alright, the
it's a
suck
great
box is
time.
seemingly full. Like, you try and pour some more water and it just kind of gurgles over the edge. You're like, well, the suck box is full.
That was a lot, but I don't think we're gonna run out of water now. I can still hold this.
Well, better to have water and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yes.
Indeed.
That makes me feel better about this whole stupid thing.
Good.
We're going to a desert, Laffy. You can't just go into a desert without water.
It's the fact that we had to spend 30 gil on a free
Gil.
commodity.
Gil.
Kill.
Yeah, Gil. I've been
Gil.
playing Final Fantasy a lot, you guys. 30 gold on a free commodity.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
now we have a main
might-
source of water and a backup source of water.
We have a magical mansion that will give us water.
I can maybe learn that spell, so hey. Mist has no
No.
idea if she can learn the spell.
What spell?
the scroll that they bought.
Oh, yeah, you spent long enough at the 3rd level spell.
Yeah. Yeah. She could put it in a ritual book or whatever.
Yeah, okay. So, congrats, you guys have a shitload of water.
We did it.
Yay.
Role playing.
Yeah. So now what are you doing? Now that you have water. I mean, the scrolls also create food, it's just food that's
Yeah.
only good for 24 hours.
Yeah. So we got food and water and a place to stay if it's too fucking hot. Do we need potions or anything? Otherwise, I think we're good to go back.
I think
I
we're fine.
think, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Someone who knows where they're going, let's go.
Fluffy heads in a direction.
Almost mystically so, it is the right direction. Laffy makes it look like she is just going in a random direction, but you wind up in front of the gates, where the Anda portal is indeed open and guarded like the rest of them. It's not terribly fancy. It looks kind of like just a stone archway. It's the same when you guys originally came through, actually.
Hey.
And you pass through unimpeded. They take a look at you guys and are like, oh, them.
They know.
They know better than stuff.
Yeah, just take one.
On our way by.
One of them recoils. Alright, so you guys pop out of Sigil, and you are back on world map. So yeah, you guys are up, you pop out in the Fortress of Sigil Watch, which is just it's mostly just like a big tower with like a gated like tiny fortress that is around the portal. So you pop out, and you're inside of this small gated fortress. No one is really there, so you're able just to walk right out. You look up the tower. It is rather tall. You see that there are guards up there. It's, they just guard it just in case. Off to the east is indeed the Brio Desert. It'll take you about a day and a half to get there, as you guys are, like, encumbered as you are as a group. If you're just gonna travel there on foot.
I mean, Ren's gonna get on her sweet-ass horse and walk with them.
Well, not all of us have a sweet-ass phantom horse.
Ren does, though, so she's gonna, summon it and then sit on it and walk with them.
Does it have, like, any reins or anything?
Shit, no. She's riding that shit bareback.
Oh my god, okay.
Where's Brand's Pegasus?
I don't know.
It's wherever you want it to be. You got a whistle that summons it anywhere.
It's magic.
Yeah.
God.
Brand hasn't used it yet, though.
Okay.
He's good at the moment.
Okay. So you guys heading down to Stillborn or just straight to the Brio Desert? It's about midday right now.
Yeah,
Fluffy's like, let's just get there as soon as fucking possible. Do you guys want to stop? I don't want to stop.
I mean, unless you all need a place to stop.
Nah.
No, not really.
I mean, we've got a water.
Fluffy just starts walking. Just fucking starts
Brand
walking.
takes a long, generous drink of water
From the suck box.
from the suck box.
It's kind of like drinking from a juice box. Like, towards the end, it even makes the slurping noise, even though there's so plenty in there.
Totally prestidigitations it when Brand is done.
He fills up his own, water skin with it.
Squirts it in. Okay, so you guys are traveling. Luffy, you're walking. Ren, you're just atop your noble phantom steed, looking kind of important.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Mist is like, that's an impressive horse thing.
I'm an impressive person.
Sure.
Rude.
Occasionally, if Mist gets tired of walking, she tries to convince Ren to, hold on to one of her weird things so she can just float.
Ren pulls out an ancient and worn-looking piece of rope.
Oh my god!
Oh my.
Casually ties it around Miss.
Did you keep that?
The
Well,
OG baby.
Yeah.
Well, you never know when we're going to need it again, I suppose.
You
Well, I guess
both
we need it
need
now. I'm not. I just feel like floating. I mean, I could probably carry someone with me.
Saint looks at you pleadingly.
Come here, Saint.
he wanders on up and just kind of stays close to you.
Yeah, Miss totally, like, she can't lift Saint normally, but she just kind of hugs him and sort of, like, lets him kind of sit on her, and she floats up in the air. Just, he's kind of half sitting in her lap.
Okay, yeah, and, like, he's taller than you when he's sitting in your lap, so his doggy head is laying atop your, like, his chin is on top of your head, and he doesn't smell great, but he's wagging his tail happily.
Miss Prestidigitation Saint, so he's all wonderful.
He smells good now.
Fluffy continues walking at the front, but now she's walking more belligerently.
The gremlin is angry today.
Alright, so you guys walk until the sun looks like it's on the verge of setting. The sun sets. Laffy, I presume you open up your mansion?
Yeah, she opens up the mansion.
Alright, you tap this, older-looking diamond, like, it looks a little rough now, like it's seen some shit. And you carve open a little door frame in the world, and you step through. And there's the mansion. Has it changed at all?
No, that's the same mansion. There's probably a room for Kristoff. But
I was expecting just, like, taxidermy demons everywhere.
No, because they would vanish.
Yeah, they can't stay in there.
Yeah, they probably learned
You
that
can
lesson
imagine.
already.
I know.
As you step into the mansion, Polka Dot screams out of Miss' bag.
Oh my god.
The hell is
Ren,
that?
like, clutches her chest. What?
It's the cat.
What cat?
What cat? Wait, you didn't.
I mean,
What cat?
you know the cat that we took a long time ago.
The dead one?
Polka Dot, she has a name.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I mean, Miss takes her out.
Ren
I
takes,
like to
one
imagine
look
they
at
have a
this
little
thing.
cat bed for her.
One look at this thing, and Bran's immediately like, "I'm going to bed." And just gone. He storms off.
They put her in the cat bed.
You have to put her, like, on her side.
I mean,
Oh my god.
Because her legs are still stiff.
yeah. I feel like they would have tried to fix that, but I don't know.
No, you gotta pull the stuffing out. That cat is taxidermied, man. Since you didn't say they tried to untaxidermy it, she is not untaxidermied.
God.
There's a few
Ren goes
flaws
to
in her
bed.
design, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
She's on her side, laying down, and just kind of writhes a little, like, she writhes a bit. Like, her body just wiggles.
We need to take care of that. I bet you I could wire a cat skeleton. Anyway, I'm going.
Yeah, we can figure that out. Vathan stays.
Okay.
Polka Dot
Periodically
keeps
through
her
the night,
company.
you hear the quiet cat screaming, just echoing throughout the mansion. And occasionally you hear Vathan caw a little bit.
At least one time during the night, Ren like gets up, walks downstairs, stares at the cat, and kind of pets it. A little bit.
Ren feels a certain sense of camaraderie. with
Yeah,
Polka
right.
Dot.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Ren,
Feel you, buddy.
actually,
Oh.
one time when you wake up, you feel a sensation you haven't felt before. In the back of your head, there's like this weird pulsing sensation, and it feels like something is off towards the west, and it's important to you.
Huh.
And
Ren,
you
Ren
don't,
sits up and she's like,
you know, it is about I don't know, 600 miles to the west.
Oh, that's new. Huh.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. 600 miles. And she's still like trying to do math in her head about how long it'll take to get there.
600 miles is approximately the other side of the continent.
Shit.
Near the port of Ilthorn.
Shit. Shit.
It
Like,
doesn't. It
she's
doesn't
like,
feel insistent though. It's just kind of there.
it's just there.
Yeah.
She's like, now this is in the opposite direction. Looks like I'll be going to the other side of the continent once we get down in the desert. Assuming we don't die in the desert. And she's talking to herself in her room.
Oh, she was down with the cat.
Yeah, no, standing there with the cat. Yeah.
Bathan caws at her.
Ren looks at Vathan and kind of stares at the raven, realizing, and then
The raven tilts his head like bird tilt and caws again.
right. Good night. Ren walks back to her room.
Okay. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. It seems that after Ren's petting, Polka Dot calmed down. Or just kind of turned off. You're not sure which.
Turned off.
Her batteries ran out.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that cat's kind of like a Furby at this point.
Oh my god. They're doing their best, okay?
God.
Ren is downstairs before anyone, and casually sipping on some coffee.
Mist probably comes down not too long after, since she's been awake for a while, and she's bringing her book, and she puts her book down and open to a blank page, and she gives a pen to the tentacles, and she whispers something to them that sounds a whole lot like she's asking if they had a name, what would they want it to be?
Give me a second.
Oh my god.
The servants, by the way, still don't look like anything.
They just don't
still nothing in the
exist.
kitchen.
They write out the word Miley, Myli.
Huh.
No.
Miley. Alright. I suppose that's your name if you'd like it. Do they seem like...
They quickly scribble out Miley and instead write Mithlione.
How do you spell that?
Mithlione.
Oh, that's a name.
Oh. Interesting. Mithlione. I like that. That's your name then, if you like it. Unless you want to change it eventually, which you always can.
You get the sense that they're gonna.
Yeah, Mister's fine with this. And
They grab the pen again real quick and write the Kingdom of in front of the name.
oh my god. You want a kingdom? Or is this a riddle?
They don't write anything more.
Mist just keeps it, and she might be speaking to them through telepathy, but no one knows. She eventually will get something to eat, though.
Okay. Do the rest of you guys just kind of come down and do the breakfast thing?
Yeah, Bran just shows up and has himself some coffee, maybe like a couple pieces of sausage or something.
Okay. Luffy, you come down and gremlin it up, I suppose.
Grab some stuff,
Laffy
sits under
has
the table.
Laffy has a breakfast burrito.
That sounds good right now. Shit. Okay, so with breakfast finished, you guys head out of the mansion. It seals up behind you, and you continue on for the day. Ren, you resummon your gorgeous mount steed. The rest of you guys just continue walking, except Mist, you start levitating again, and Saint looks at you pleadingly and hops back into your lap. And curiously enough, he hasn't had a drink since the band got back together.
Aw.
Oh no! Oh.
I like that you guys have sympathy for an alcoholic dog.
Why did you make him an alcoholic in the first place?
Because why not?
Wow.
He was a depressed doggy.
He
Aww.
wanted all his friends.
Yeah. Okay, and you guys continue heading out. It is kind of a hot day. It's getting hotter as you get closer to the desert. The air's getting drier and drier. Your skin's feeling kind of gross.
Mist is probably prestidigitationing herself so often because she's covered in ropes
She's
that are dark.
prestidigitationing some lotion.
God. It's a problem.
Ren doesn't seem that bothered.
I wonder why. Is
I
Ren
know,
sweaty at all?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mist is just like, Ren, don't humans normally sweat? How are
What?
you? I said, don't humans normally sweat?
I mean, yeah. But I've been spending my time next to a volcano, so I had my robes enchanted.
Oh. But
I mean, I can't refute that, I suppose. Enchanted with what?
you're not really wearing robes, though.
She like lifts the mantle.
Well, fair enough.
Okay. You guys keep on keeping on.
Laffy walks and she's like, so what? Ren is not sweating. Do you want to see Ren sweaty? You
No,
fucking
but
weirdos.
I mean, I can
Listen,
oblige. And she starts
I would
taking
like
off
to
the
know.
mantle.
I mean, I would like to know the enchantment, honestly. I am burning up.
I don't know, some sort of temperature regulating bullshit from one of those fancy schmancy new god worshipping spell casting people.
What?
What?
And you know,
Yeah,
the
really, what?
new spellcasters popping up all over the place.
Oh, you met one.
I haven't
Weird,
been around,
yeah.
if you don't remember.
Oh right, you have. Well, it looks like the gods, you know, coming back have granted people new abilities in the spell casting sort of way.
I'm very curious about.
You'll have to talk to the one around here. I don't know what they did. I don't cast that sort of magic. I barely cast magic to begin with.
I'd really like to know that. That's a thing I'm gonna have to look into when we get out of here.
Alright, so you guys continue on, and night comes again, and you're pretty close. It's now very, very, very hot. It's like desert hot. You can see the desert off in the distance, but like, you know that sort of distance where you're like, there's still like a lot of distance between us, but I can see my destination? It's like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's still like 4.5 hours more of travel, and you're like, not tonight, Satan. So Laffy, you open the mansion back up, and everyone piles back in. Polka Dot
Mist is just
screams
like-
again as you guys go in the mansion.
Mist kind of collapses in a heap in there.
Air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very temperature regulated in the mansion. It's a comfortable temperature.
There's a soft whirring noise at all times.
It's white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss just kind of lays on the floor for a long time. and eventually moves to her room.
Fluffy goes and gets some ice from the kitchen and wraps it up in a cloth and just sets it down over top Miss Head.
Thank you, Luffy.
Does that work?
I mean, it's better than nothing.
I don't know, but there's ice in the kitchen.
How convenient.
How much ice can I just put myself in it?
I wonder if you can make
Fluffy
like,
is like
a room that's just water.
Fluffy goes
Just like
and
cold water.
She goes to a door in the mansion and she opens it up. And there's just exactly what Ren described.
I'm just gonna go in here for a while. Thank you.
Okay.
Fluffy's like, that's not a bad idea. And the room's pretty neat looking. It's like one of those rich people's outdoor pools. Like, it's got like, it's got like the waterfall and the plants and shit. There's like lily pads.
It's like in a shape that you're pretty sure is supposed to be something, but you don't have a bird's eye view, so you don't know what it is.
Fluffy just goes and vanishes beneath the water.
Yeah, Mist actually takes off some of her layers, but she's still entirely covered, and she just goes in there too.
My mental image is Luffy just walks into the water until she disappears. She doesn't swim.
That's exactly what happens.
Like this, like stoic, slightly annoyed look on her face.
Yeah, and I mean it doesn't take
nailed it.
long
You
because she's only
nailed
like
it.
she's like 4'9", so you know.
You just don't see anything but like some little bubbles coming up from wherever she is under there.
When she resurfaces, there's like a lily pad on top of her head, and she still looks just as annoyed.
Mist is just like, Luffy, that's adorable.
You should. Have you ever considered keeping that around? Suits you.
Fluffy vanishes again.
Well, I'm going to bed, and Ren makes her way to her room.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys all sleep. Anyone do anything over the night?
Mist totally
Ren comes
in
down.
there.
Does
Ren
Luffy
comes
just sleep
down and
underwater?
pets the cat again.
Okay.
Fluffy goes to the kitchen and she gets a glass of water. And she drinks it alone in the dark spitefully.
Oh,
Okay. So, Ren petting the cat seems to soothe both you and the cat. You feel like there's a kindred spirit between you and the cat, that you understand one another. I mean, the cat's worse off than you. Don't get anyone wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
But you kind of get it.
Yeah.
Just a little. Not much.
You understand.
I mean, she's not stuffed yet, but she gets it.
Yeah.
Odds. That poor cat.
Ren goes back to her room, performs her morning ritual before dawn, and eventually greets everyone at breakfast. Drinks a cup of coffee.
Yeah, Mist has finally emerged from the water and has all of her shit back on.
Yeah, Ren once again comes down, has like a small breakfast. It's like, did you sleep under the water?
Not under it necessarily, but you know, I stayed in there.
Missed.
Did
Yeah.
Luffy ever?
I don't actually sleep either.
Missed when you got out, you were all pruny.
It's fine. No one can tell.
You can tell. It's uncomfortable.
I
Can
mean,
she tell though? Can
she didn't take off.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
her hands.
Yeah, her hands are all pruny. The tentacle's a little pruny.
They're tentacles. pickles though.
Yeah, they're still a little.
Fine.
They're still a little pruny.
Oh my god.
All right. So you guys have your breakfast.
Yeah.
You head out. And you're like, we're gonna make it to the desert today. Hell yeah.
We're gonna make it to the desert.
Yeah. So you guys continue on. It is continuously getting hot. It eventually kind of evens out, and you're just like, oh, it's about like in real life terms, it's like a dry 90 plus degrees.
God.
Where like breathing kind of sucks. Like it feels like you're breathing in a hot fart.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mist probably attempted to cast a thing on herself to see if that would help.
I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It's just like, just
Oh,
breathing
I meant just to
completely
deal
warm
with
air.
the heat.
I mean, it feels okay. It's still just really hot.
Yeah, she cast Armor of Agathis on herself because that covers her with like frost.
Okay.
She's hoping that might help.
It kind of makes you a little bit drippy because the frost is like it's being made as it kind of melts.
Yeah, it just keeps coming back.
Yeah, so you just kind of get a little like damp and drippy.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's better than burning.
Yeah. And as you guys pull up, you eventually do come across a small caravan of sorts. It's a group of about 10, 15 people, maybe, with various wagons. You see some tents set up. And they're people that look like they are decked out for travel. And they spot you, and one of them looks over and waves you guys. And you hear, "Are you going into the desert?"
Yeah, why?
Well, we could use some bodyguards if you're going in.
Brand's gonna, like, what does this guy look like?
Yeah.
What is he wearing?
Uh,
General demeanor, stuff like that.
It's a dude in, like, nice, like, looks like desert traveling robes. Like, he knows what he's doing. And make an insight check.
Okay. What is my insight again? It's been a bit. Not great.
For all of his cynicism, Brand's...
Oh my god!
For all of his cynicism, Brand's not really opposed to just believing people.
Man, his wisdom's not that high.
How far away from this person are they?
Yeah.
You guys are about, like, 20 feet.
Laffy, who looks like a fucking hellbeast, is going to step forward.
Oh! 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 Senor, why, we're... yes, hello.
Laffy's gonna just keep getting closer, but she's not gonna say anything.
Oh my god.
He's
Red.
backing up.
Ren appears beside Laffy and starts. And how can we help?
You look intimidating and strong, and we're venturing into the desert, and we would like some people to help guard the caravan while we go exploring, because it could be dangerous out there, and let's be honest, none of us are fighters, but you look like you're fighters, and we could pay you well.
Why would you come to the edge of the desert without a god?
Well,
You
we have
hide
some, but
in the city.
there's more the merrier. And he points over to, like, a small group, and they do look like bodyguards. They're just not nearly as tough looking as you guys.
Mist is
well-
floating, looking over at all of
Well,
these people.
Personally, not opposed to accompanying you so long as our paths are the same.
Yeah, I suppose not.
We've got supplies. We've got plenty of water.
We have.
So do we.
Laffy just turns and walks back to her.
She's
What's wrong with her?
well.
Oh, she's in a bit of a damp mood
oversaturated.
today.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck both of you.
Jesus. He's just, anyway.
Mist kind of goes over there and ends up floating again because she doesn't feel like standing. She's burning up and kind of dripping weirdly. And she's just
Are
like,
you looking? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, she's like, what are you looking for out here? You said you were exploring, but is there anything in particular?
Oh, you know, ruins, anything remarkable. Hell, we might even want to map out the area a little bit. You know, it's new territory, prime for treasure hunting and all that good stuff. By the way, hello, my name is Eggelm.
Ah,
Pleasure.
Benzweena Whittler.
Hi.
Bran.
Hi. Anyway, yeah, and we are the, oh, let's see, what should I call us? We're called the Grey Thorns. Grey
you're-
Thorns Exploration.
Just come up with that now, have you?
No, yes. To be honest, we didn't really have a name, but just wanted to sound impressive. But Grey Thorns
try.
sounds good. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, looking for some guards. If it would be you, that'd be fantastic. We have a few, but, you know, you look scary.
As I said, we'll be happy to accompany you so long as our paths are the same.
Perfect. We'll be able to pay you, as a group, 50 gold a night.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
It's fair. I mean, we're out here anyway. We're not really.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But you're looking for these ruins and such. Are you thinking of taking things back with you if you find any?
Hopefully, yes. It depends on what we find.
Right.
Do you
Would
know
you allow
something
us-
we should...
Would you allow our scribe to record anything you find prior to removing it?
Certainly. I have no reason not to.
Excellent.
Ren grins back at Mist.
Well, if you're amenable, we leave in about 3 hours.
All right. Out of curiosity, like, what is this? I mean, you said he looks well off, but what is he? A human?
Yeah,
Is
he's a
he-
human.
Okay. And is there anyone else wandering about the tents? Mist is just kind of looking around to see if she can get
Yeah.
an idea of.
Yeah. There's about 4 other humans. They all look relatively well dressed, but again, they look like they are indeed explorers. Looks like they're not really trying to pull a fast one over you or anything.
Okay.
You see there are about, again, probably 8 other people that look like they could be fighters, but again, nothing compared to what you guys look like, which is
Yeah.
it's not a low bar necessarily. You guys are kind of hard to. It's hard to look more intimidating than most of you guys. But
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Mist just seems fine with this, but if they're going into camp or walking around or anything, she's also gonna Eldritch sight around everything. See if there's any particular magic stuff happening.
I mean, there's a few spellcasters that you can spot. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Alright.
But are you guys agreeing to go with them?
I mean,
I don't
I
see why not.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys head back to find Laffy, who had stormed off.
Poppy's just chilling.
You inform her of this. And that's where we are going to end for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about almost 3 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, right? It's been almost... Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we're going to pick up at the beginning of next week.
Okay.
We will be
Oh,
joined
oh,
by a new
oh.
player next week. Yeah, I think you just figured something out, yeah, that's where we're gonna pick up next week. So see you guys later, stream.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.